Guys, I am on board Singapore's shittiest, most overrated to fuck bus model. But again, I have no choice. This is the last bus. If I don't take this one, my ass has to walk all the way home. I was hoping that I get like a QB, I get like a Citaro, but no, this piece of shit came, so whatever, I'll just suck it up anyway. I don't mind taking this bus model for like short distances, but I just don't like taking it for long distances. Like, as a feeder bus, like quote unquote feeder bus, I don't mind. I just don't like taking this on long distance, cause I will get fucking annoyed by the doors closing sounds. Like, see, it's the last bus. There is no other bus departing Redhill MRT. For you guys that love the PIDS so much, fine, I'll show you. Happy now? Fine, I'll show it to you again. See, the thing is, I don't even look up the screen to know where I am. I just know where I am because pretty much the entire street directory is in my head. So I have never really noticed how this screen actually changes as a bus runs. Yo, 63A. I'm more interested in that than this stupid bus. I don't know, did it change? I wasn't paying attention. However, there is one redeeming factor about this unit. Show you guys the time now. If you guys want to see the Rego, it's SG1847E. The redeeming factor about this bus is that the bell is normal. It's not the annoying one. They tried too hard, like trying to copy the DM3500 bell and make it modern, but then it sounds like shit. I honestly prefer that bell. Okay, but when it comes to like my bell preferences, I guess my favorite one is like the Dennis Lance ones. Not the 4 beeps, but the 3 beeps on like TIB 932T. And then another one I like is the Vogren Bendy's the bus stopping bell. And another one is the ones that you hear on like SBS late 90s buses, like the Volvo buses basically. And then SMRT's Hispano Mark 1 Bendy's. Some of them have that like bell that sounds like the 7-Eleven entrance and exit bell, like, you know, when a customer walks through the door, then that bell would sound. So the bell that I like is basically that bell. Okay, since we're talking about like bells, what about just doors closing chime in general? I think my favorite is still there is only one person who recorded it and posted it to YouTube. It is SBS 2888T, the Scania L94UB demonstrator. That one is my favorite. Any other doors closing sounds that I like? Again, Vogren Bendy. I also like. I just like the 0405G. The exit door chimes, just in general, be it Hispano, Mark 1, Mark 2, Habit, or whatever. So yeah, that's my preferences, I guess. And then what else? I also like the VSO, the B10TL, whatever you call it. Not 9889. 9889's one sounds very generic. I'm not a huge fan of that one. I like the production batch ones. And I also, it's the same as the, whatchamacallit, the B10 BLE, the CNG doors closing chime as well, except one unit which has like the same as SBS 9889U. I think it broke or something, and then they had to like replace it. So yeah, as in like the chime just didn't work anymore, so they had to replace. I forgot what unit that was. Was it like 2995 or something? I cannot remember. 2993, 2995. I really cannot remember. But yeah, there was like one of them that had that generic chime. So yeah, maybe I really do have a generational gap between myself and then most of the kids on YouTube right now, cause it's like I see them like foaming to all those whatchamacallit, it's the that kind of bell, and then that stupid doors closing sound that annoys me to the max. Yeah, that one. So I'm glad that unit which I took just now, I really forgot the Regal, but it's I guess it's slightly more tolerable. Just change those to like the, you either change those to the SBS Transit chimes, or you change them to, you know, SMB 135E's chime. They have a chime at the front door, and then they also have like a chime at the back door as well. The back door is just doors are closing, and then the front one is like, you know, Chinese buses, they tend to have like these, I don't know how to say, but Chinese buses tend to have like simple chimes. And then that Yutong, the front door just happened to have like one of those generic chimes. I think that one's like a lot more tolerable than whatever the fuck the current chimes are. I'm only swearing a lot because I genuinely find that stupid bus overrated. So yeah. They are still not as bad as Ricardo Wang's toys, I will say that. I mean, technically that one's also RW's toy, so whatever. Am I gonna miss that bus I just took when it deregisters? Hell no. No. Right hand to the Lord? No. I will never. Okay, and I'm actually quite used to these long walks to wherever I stay right now, cause you know, in Japan public transport is shit, especially in the suburbs. I mean, in the city it's better, but in the suburbs it's like trash. You don't even have like feeder buses that come frequent enough because the population density is lower, and then some of your some of your train lines, they don't really run high frequency, like they don't even run high frequencies. It's like 20 minutes for Hokuso line, 30 minutes for Abiko branch line, Narita line. Hachiko line you get like 40 to 45 minutes during late night, I guess. Especially because not all the trains serve the full distance. So the frequency, if you're going far, like in terms of distance, it can go up to 40 to 45 minutes. And yeah, for buses, can be 30 minutes, 1 hour per bus, 2 hours per bus, 5 hours per bus. That is the reality. And the reason why most tourists don't know is because they tend to stick in the city areas or like the popular tourist destinations that most of them can be accessed via like, I don't know, Shinkansen or Limited Express, like Mount Fuji, for example. But yeah, even those are special services. But yeah, it's just that like if you don't actually try to travel in the suburbs, you will never experience our pain. I am just saying. Ah, Kabi, 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 Kabi. I love Kabi. Kabi, 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 Kabi. Bye bye, sweet dreams. I like calling them Kabis. But yeah. So yeah, I'm actually used to these long walks because my feeder bus back home in Japan is shit. That's why, yeah. Because public transport in Singapore is like actually quite decent. If you miss your last train, especially the stupid downtown line, you can take 67. And you have a lot of leeway actually. Because downtown line, the last train tends to depart quite early. It's like before, I think it's like before 11:15 at night. It already has departed like Bukit Panjang, I think. So yeah, especially the long distance trunks and some of the feeders that like they run till late at night. Japan just doesn't have this kind of like luxury. They only have this luxury with like at most their train lines. I almost thought I forgot to press. I mean, these are like inspired by Australia's designs, I guess. It's been a while. I really miss hearing I miss hearing this like this traffic like sound in Japan. So yeah, I miss home. But yeah, basically when it comes to like connectivity in general, Singapore is like way much better. I mean, it's partially because like you see all these high density high-rise flats, right? Japan cannot afford to like build too many of these because for obvious reasons, look at geography. And yeah, they tend to squeeze things closer together rather than like building it up. They like to cram things, tight spaces, stuff like that. Small houses, like small apartments, stuff like that. So yeah, connectivity, Singapore is better, but if you're talking about like long distance travel, then okay, Japan is better. I mean, Japan is a bigger country than Singapore, so obviously like when it comes to like long distance travel, I'm not talking about the frequency, I'm just talking about long distance travel in general. The trains are like faster, and most of the time, except a few infamous lines, they are on time. The lines that are crap are Joban Line Rapid, and then Utsunomiya Line, Takasaki Line, Ueno Tokyo Shonan Shinjuku Line, and then Tokaido Line. Those get delayed like every day. If you go one day without getting any delays, God bless you. You're lucky. But yeah. So this is kind of the difference between like I don't know, like just bus and train. Just the difference between Singapore and Japan in general. And because out of necessity, I have to drag myself home in Japan. So likewise, I am doing the same right now. I take 132 to Bukit Merah interchange, and then oh no, I didn't. I took it to Henderson Road, and then I just like I yap and yap and yap and yap and yap, and then I just walk back to wherever I stay right now. So yeah, I'm used to this. But I'm only doing this because like I'm filming buses, the last buses. Normally when I'm tired, I just appreciate the fact that like in Singapore, the feeder buses, the trunk buses, like just buses in general here are like a lot better. Oh, look, there is 167. I did not even capture this one in my last bus video at Far East Plaza. But because 167 does that like big detour around the CBD area, it actually reaches that bus stop, block 111, relatively late. So if you miss like the last north-south line and then east-west line, like you know southbound and then westbound, if you miss them, you still have this safety net of 167. So yeah, 167 isn't actually that useless after all. It's still more useful than 132. I only took 132 because I'm like, it brings me to Henderson Road and Bukit Merah Central at least. It doesn't bring me like to wherever I stay, but like, you get it. 132 is like useless. The only use that I've shown you just now is literally the last bus. And that's it. But technically, I could live without 132. I have service 5. Or I could actually walk further down and then I intercept like 75. I rarely take 175. I mostly take 75 when it comes to like the last bus. And it's not like I do it every day. And honestly, this thing annoys me, so I'm gonna go back and then I am going to just drag myself up the bridge. God damn. But at least I'm not tired right now. The one thing about Singapore is that it's in the tropics, so it is hot and humid. In Japan, the summers can be hot, but at least it's not humid. Ooh. They're doing maintenance. At least this lift actually works. Okay, let's film elevators then.
Going down. Street level. Doors opening. Going up.
That's it for today. Oyasumi. Bye bye.